Before the pandemic, there were approximately 1 million human beings flying up in the sky at any given moment. That's a lot of people to take care of, and should anything disastrous happen to the planes, not only is it a tragic loss of life, but it's not very good PR for the airlines. This is why the aerospace industry is well known for its efforts to continuously improve safety, and it shows. Ever since the first commercial flight, the number of crash fatalities have been gradually falling, despite a sharp increase in air travel over recent years. Safety regulations encompass all aspects of flight, including the design of the plane itself. For example, this passenger jet has 2 engines. Now, if one of them should experience mechanical failure, the plane can continue to fly. This is a classic redundancy feature. Redundancy is the duplication of vital systems, so if one of these systems fails, a backup is available to take over. It is one of the most useful tools for reducing the chances of a major fault affecting the safety of the aircraft and any passengers or crew on board. So, what if we use the metaphor of flying for our lives? And what if we treated the engines as our income? Just like with a plane, our income keeps us going. We are up in the clouds, happily flying through the sky. However, this metaphor isn't quite right at the moment. Most people have a primary source of income, a job for example. Some might have 2 or 3, or perhaps they have a side business or hustle which they run in their spare time. But such an income is typically only just enough for most people. So whatever the income, it's like having just one engine on your plane. What happens though if our income was to stop? Because of illness or redundancy, for example. The plane would no longer have powered flight and would soon start to lose altitude. Eventually, it would crash. It's true that some people may earn a very comfortable living with a nice amount left over at the end of the month. If their income was taken away from them, they could rely on their savings. The plane would continue to fly along quite nicely, but only for a while. If no other source of income can be found, the plane, like before, would eventually succumb to gravity and crash. Universal basic income is a policy idea that's been growing in popularity across the world in recent years, and has become even more popular since the coronavirus pandemic. The idea goes like this. The state gives each and every adult citizen a lump sum every month for the entirety of their lives. It's set at a level that's just enough to survive on and is unconditional. No means testing, no hoops to jump through. Having a universal basic income is like having a second engine. The basic income engine is always there and will never fail. So even if your income stops, the first engine will be there to keep you flying in the sky. So which plane would you prefer to fly in? A plane with 1 engine or 2? With a universal basic income, we all have redundancy built into our lives. And that is something worth looking into.